Hey, what's up? Yo, how you guys doing here? Purplefire here. So basically, like, I was wondering, right, since Pokemon have, like, a unique animations in Sword and Shield, for example, Zacian and Zamazenta, they have a unique animations for their signature move. Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Bash, they have unique animations for it. So I was wondering, right, what if we got, like, Zamazenta, who doesn't have a sword in its mouth, to use Behemoth Blade, and then Zacian, who doesn't have a shield in its, like, face, to use Behemoth Bash. How'd that look? So I have some mons in my party right now to show you and how it's gonna look like, because I'm really curious, because I've not seen what they look like. And I'm gonna see with you guys right now. Yeah, so let's get on with it. So basically, we have the squad right here. Of course, you know the vibes. We have a Zacian, we have another Zacian, we have Zamazenta, we have another Zamazenta, and then we have a Eternatus. Yeah, of course, the Zacian has very unique moves. We have Behemoth Blade, Behemoth Bash, Eterna Beam, Dynamax Cannon. We also went with a bit of a mixture. Went one with the no sword, I guess, no sword, and one with the sword. For those that don't know how Zacian and Zamazenta work, if they are holding the Roster's sword and Roster's shield on the Pokemon, they will become the little crown form with one with like the sword in its mouth and the shield around its head. And if they're not holding it, they'll be the base boneless doggy right here on the screen. We also have a Eternatus here, so with the same exact moves to see what Behemoth Blade, Behemoth Bash would look like on a Eternatus, a different mon. So I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen. So yeah, let's just go into the grass and let's have a wee look-see. Hey, come here, Rookie, my first target. So we all know what Behemoth Blade looks like, right? But we know what Behemoth Blade looks like with a Zacian without a sword in its mouth. So let's have a look-see. Actually, really curious. Okay, it looks like Zacian just faded through the screen. It just literally cut through the screen. They even do like a little sword animation, when you like hold the sword in the air and then does the little like awakening thing. It doesn't do that all there. Kind of interesting. Wow, that's pretty cool to know. Did not know it does that. I did not know it did that. Huh. Okay, this time let's try Zamazenta without its shield on its head, without the rusted shield. Here we have a naked Zacian, Zamazenta, excuse me. Let's try Behemoth Bash. What happens? Okay, it just took a step forward and then just charged at it. It's kind of similar to Zacian's, I guess, but actually Behemoth Bash looks more cleaner on Zamazenta than it did on Zacian. So you know what? Yeah, I think Behemoth Bash definitely looked better. Let's have another Wii test. This time we'll try Behemoth Blade on naked Zamazenta. See how it looked like. All right, let's try Behemoth Blade. See what it looks like. It's gonna be the same as Zacian. It is okay. So it seems to have the similar effect on Zacian as the way it did it on Zamazenta. So I'm pretty sure, assuming that Zacian is gonna do the same thing with Behemoth Bash. So I'm probably not gonna go through that, but let's have a look. See, let's just. You never know. It could be different. You never know. All right, let's see. Behemoth Bash on naked Zacian. So yeah, it is the same thing. It took a step forward, and it does take it out. Okay, cool. It's literally the same thing. Okay, they both have the same animations. Now with both of them out of the way, I feel like they just both have the same animation. They're both the same Pokemon when it comes to using signature moves. But let's try with the swords and shields this time. Of course, this Zacian is holding the rusted sword. That means it will turn into its crown form, which is the Zacian with the sword. There you go, holding the rusted sword. It has to have the rusted sword or it will not transform into this version of Zacian. Okay, let's give Behemoth Bash a shot. See what it looks like. Okay, it's the same thing, but just a little animation different because it has a sword in its mouth, I guess. It's literally the same thing. So I'm assuming Zamazenta is going to be also the same thing, but we'll see. We'll have a look-see. Alright, let's have a shot with Behemoth Blade on Big Puppy Zamazenta. Okay, yeah. All the effects are gone. It's still the same. It's still the same. Okay, everything's fine. So they just look the same for both forms. I guess you can't really just transfer over signature moves. It just doesn't have the animation, but they still do work. They still do work. Now what I'm really curious about is what happens if we got the Sword Zacian and we use Eternatus moves on it. Interesting to see. Come here, Rookie, let's have a wee test on you. Everyone knows what Eterna Beam looks like and Dynamax kind of looks like. So let's have a look how it looks on a different mon that can't use have the animation. It needs to have a little core energy socket, and Eterna Beam also has like a massive Eternatus in the sky too. So we'll see what it looks like. Let's try Dynamax Cannon because it's the first one. Whoa, interesting. So it charged up right in front of it, but then at the top of its head, it just started throwing a beam. Interesting. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same for Zamazenta. So now let's try Eterna Beam. Let's give Eterna Beam a shot. Let's see what Eterna Beam would look like. Let's press Eterna Beam. Let's see what happens. Eterna Beam. Okay. So naturally in Eterna Beam, Eternatus would fly into the void, and then Eternatus' Gigantamax hand would come out and then fire the beam. The animation seemed a lot quicker, by the way. The animation seemed a lot quicker than the usual animation. I'm not really sure. The animation seemed much quicker. So after all that, it looks pretty interesting how the first Zacian, the boneless Zacians, I'll call them, don't see that animation when they use other Pokemon moves. Same with the main Zacians, but they still can use the move perfectly fine. Nothing really properly breaks except when like they use Behemoth Blade. They like cut out a bit, but who knows. But now let's check out Eternatus using the dog's signature move, Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Bash. So we have Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Bash. Let's try Behemoth Blade on Eternatus. What happens? Okay, same thing. It's literally the same thing. It's literally the same thing as the dogs. Okay, so just the same thing just happens between them and him and the dogs. And lastly, we get to try out a Behemoth Bash, see what it looks like. I was just really curious because I've never seen it happen. I've never seen other mons use Behemoth Blade or Behemoth Bash or Turn Beam or Dynamax Cannon. So it's weird. And here's Behemoth Bash. Yeah, it just charges forward and charges. Okay. Usually the mons would have like the low like power up animation, like Zacian would throw the sword in the air, Zamazenta would stand in a pose and raise his shield, and Eternatus would charge him like power inside him. So it's really interesting to see like the moves do work, but if the Pokemon are not having like if they don't have the sword or the shield to like correspond to the moves, it just won't do the first animation, but it will still go through as regular damage. But it will just have the weird effect cut off there, which is really weird because I feel like Pokemon should have had a sorted for that, but I don't know. But this is how Eterna Beam is meant to look like. For those that don't know Eterna Beam, this is what Eterna Beam is meant to look like. Eterna flies into the sky, into the hole, in there. The hand comes out. See, this animation is so much more longer than the one that Zacian did, and then it fires the beam. So, I don't know, you tell me. But yeah, it's good to know. I don't know. I don't think this was a waste of a video or time for me because I really was curious. And I hope that solved your curiosity too. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe for more content. And leave a comment down below if you want to see any other mons using certain moves like Reshiram using Fusion Bolt or Bidoof using Hyper Beam. Astro Barrage. Yeah. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.